this is an interesting piece about fish, that they're becoming intersex. But what does it really mean to humans?
My concern is that chemicals that we use in products every single day are flushing down our drains, getting into our waterways, and impacting frogs and fish and other aquatic life. And that those same chemicals are also impacting humans and resulting in things like more breast cancer, earlier puberty in girls, smaller penis size in boys, falling sperm counts. Sperm counts have fallen by 2/3 across the United States since my dad was born.
Is that right?
And yeah, it's really alarming.
So last month, the FDA took a step, a significant step actually, on one of the chemicals that we're going to talk about called BPA, bisphenol A. And BPA is used in a lot of things, hard plastics, water bottles, the lining of cans. And the FDA stated, quote unquote, there's reason for concern. And recent studies have shown, in fact, that BPA raises the risk of breast cancer in rats, and that low levels of BPA exposure killed human placenta cells, neither of which are good bits of news for us. Now, Dr. Ginsburg, in your state, in Connecticut, you actually have banned BPA in children's products. And yet the FDA is more just concerned about this. Why are the different approaches?
Well, the FDA is trying to work with the manufacturers and with the industries to get them onto greener products, BPA-free canned foods and liners for infant formula cans and baby bottles. So they're doing more the voluntary carrot approach. And in Connecticut, we felt like that may take a long time. We're not sure, confident how long that's going to take. So as a matter of fact, there are babies being born right now that don't have those safeguards. And so in our state, we have an advisory for pregnant women and families with young children how to avoid BPA day in and day out right now.
So, Dr. Green, how is it possible that we are just flushing BPA away?
So the BPA doesn't stay in the plastic. It leaches out of the plastic and into the liquid that's in there, or food that's in there, gets into our bodies. All of us, 93% of us in the U.S. have BPA in us. And on average, every time an American goes to the bathroom, they're peeing out about 2.6 micrograms per liter of BPA. That's right.
That's a big number. Can I actually explain to everybody why we're concerned about endocrine disruptors? And this is a pretty simple animation, but I think it'll make the point. So if you look at where all endocrine processes start, it actually starts in the brain. And the brain has hormones that it releases, and these hormones are released in particular from the hypothalamus, but throughout the brain and through the pituitary gland down here. And then these send chemical signals down, for example, to the thyroid gland, one of the most common hormone providing glands that causes problems for us. And it also stimulates the gonads, the ovaries in women in particular, which are a rich source of all kinds of hormones that affect how our body functions. If you block any of these pathways, then you're actually going to cause a potential problem. And that's why we start to use this term endocrine disruption. So, Jasmine, if you can come up, join me up here. I'm going to show you in a very simple way what we're worried about. So, this is how a hormone would work. So, the hormones unlock the receptors, and they allow this newly unlocked protein to be able to go out and make differences in the way our bodies function. But let's say that hormone is locked, and the hormone key is next to it. But there's a chemical nearby as well. See if you can unlock it with the chemical.
Sure.
Ooh, it went in. Oh! Now, isn't that something? Right? Now, this is not something that your body normally makes. But a chemical was able to do exactly what a hormone could have done to you. Two things happen. One, you unlock things you're not supposed to unlock. But in addition, you're blocking the path of hormones. So they can't get in where they're supposed to be. Make sense?
Yes.
Thanks, Jasmine.
Thank you.
So these chemicals are turning up all over our world now in our water supply, a place we always thought was fairly safe. And we actually had water tested from the Columbia River Basin in Washington State. That was one of those rivers that we were worried about. And what we found was terrifying. 2 endocrine disruptors were found in that water. Atrazine, which is a herbicide, and BPA, bisphenol A, which we've been speaking about. Right? In addition, we found some other chemicals as well. Carbamazine is an anti-seizure medication. Acetaminophen is a very common over-the-counter medication that we use. And the bottom drug there is sulfamethoxazole, is an antibiotic that's used very commonly in America. But it's the atrazine that scientists are most worried about being responsible for creating the intersex situation in amphibians. So let's take this fairly benign-looking bottle of pills, right? Now, explain to me, how does it end up in the water?
Well, We swallow these pills. Our body does a pretty good job of circulating it through. It gets to where it needs to go, but then we excrete the remaining into our waste, and we flush that down the toilet. And sewage treatment plants are well designed to neutralize the bacteria that comes out of us, neutralize, some of the solid waste, but the chemicals are water soluble to start with, and the sewage treatment plants do not do a good job of neutralizing them. And they end up getting out into, as you see in the graphic there, getting out into the stream, and that could end up recycling these chemicals back into neighborhoods.
Now, Dr. Ginsburg, people don't just pee this stuff out.
Right.
Sometimes you just throw them out.
Right. Well, what we've always been told, because of concerns about control or narcotic-type drugs getting into the wrong hands, is flush it down the toilet, which is the exact wrong message for the frogs out there and for our water supplies. And we're learning that now, and it's a little hard to call that message back in and say, don't flush it, but instead to take that unused portion of prescription and take it out of the bottle and put it in with some cat litter or coffee grounds. So you could throw it out that way, or a lot of pharmacies now are having bring-back days, sort of reverse distribution networks to bring it back to the big drug makers so that we can get it into the right hands and out of our waterways.
So then the other question, of course, is what else can we do? So Antoinette bought her favorite hand lotion. I wanted to go through these one by one, talk some of the big ingredients. Antoinette, you're going to join me up here? Come on up. How are you?
Hi, Dr. S.
Nice to meet you.
Yes.
So is this something that you use a lot?
Yes.
It's a body cream.
Yes.
And the first ingredient is what I'm always worried about in these. Dr. Green, help us a little bit with body creams.
Well, in body creams and in many personal care products, there's an ingredient called, our family of ingredients called phthalates. And these are a kind of chemical that can work like an estrogen hormone. They're often in things where you want fragrance to linger on the body for a while, or for something to stay on the body for a while, to make it waterproof or durable. And they get into our bodies. So I would, if you see phthalates in the label, I recommend you don't use that personal care product for yourself, and especially for your kids. So I suggest skip anything with the word fragrance on it that you're going to put on your body.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Now, Susan, you've got a very benign looking plastic bowl.
I do, but I don't have high hopes that it's going to be safe now.
You don't? Okay. Dr. Green, talk a little bit about these. How do you limit our exposure to products that have BPA, bisphenol A in them?
So you want to look for things that do announce they're BPA and phthalate free, or look at the recycling symbol that's down at the bottom. And if the recycling symbol is 3, 6, or 7, those are probably ones you want to avoid. I recommend not microwaving in plastic at all, but instead taking it out, putting it in something glass and microwaving in that.
Yes. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Dr. Alan Green, Dr. Gary Ginsburg, thank you so much for all your advice. We'll be right back.
Up next, he lost